The best times, I mean, aside from Sarah and I being sick of driving, Sarah mostly, because she did most of the driving because I have too many back and leg issues. Aside from that, it was very rewarding because of this one woman we met in North Carolina. And I don't know if you read the story. I'll probably have to send it to you.
Okay.
But
there were so many.
We were supposed to go to North Carolina to go to a cancer center there. But 3 days before, they canceled on us.
Oh.
And so Sarah and I were going to drive from Jacksonville, Florida, up to Manassas, Virginia.
It's a long drive.
Yeah.
But see, when we first scheduled it,
Yeah.
it didn't look like that long. And then when
Google Maps lied. They gave us like completely different.
Google Maps said it was 10 hours, and we're like, okay, we could drive that. You know, we've driven like 13 in one day. It was actually 16. So then we said, okay, we're just going to stay in North Carolina. It was totally fate because we stayed in North Carolina at this little hotel where the woman in the room next to us has cancer.
Oh.
And her name is Bree, and she has this crazy background, horrible, sad life story, and now she has chronic pancreatitis, tumors in her brain, and cancer.
Ow.
And she's living in the hotel there with her 2 dogs, Binky and Bubkiss. These little applehead chihuahuas with like the biggest heads in the world.
So cute.
Little yappers. So cute. And I went over to her room and I hung out with her for a while.
Uh-huh.
The lady at the front desk told her we were doing a documentary. I'd love to meet her and talk to her. She didn't want to be recorded when I first started talking to her, but by the next day she was like all over UCAN, like nobody's business. And so I went in there and I talked to her for a while, and then Sarah came in and we all talked to her, and I spent like 5 hours with her that night. And she was telling me about her cancer story and everything, and how she's living in this hotel, but they're kicking her out the next day.
Oh.
She's like, they're kicking me out of the hotel. I have nowhere to go. You know, I'm not getting as much help from like my social workers and all these people, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. And she's an older lady. She's like, she doesn't have any family.
Aww.
And she only knows a couple people, and she can't stay with them because of her dogs.
Because
and so
of
she's
the
like,
dogs.
what am I supposed to do? Like, and you know, this is a common thing. This is a common problem. People are constantly asking us about housing opportunities for people that don't have family, and there's no option for that. But eventually, in 5 years from now, UCAN wants to do something like that. So what I did was, a pastor was helping her, or a parishioner or something, this guy from a church, and I gave him 6 Share the Hope bracelets.
Okay.
And I gave him a necklace that was like this one. And I gave it to him and I said, I want you to sell this for Bree. I want you to sell these for Bree, and I told him the prices of all of them, and I want you to get the money and get her a hotel room here for 5 nights.
Good for you.
So I donated $250 worth of jewelry to a random stranger I didn't even know. And I said to him, since you work for God, like God is watching you and he knows if you don't do what you're supposed to do. And so he sold the jewelry, and he ended up getting her 5 more nights. And I can tell you that we heard from Bree about a week later, and she called me on the phone and she said, you know, that other guy didn't help me as much as what you guys did.
Wow.
She said, I cannot even begin to tell you how much you guys helped me. What an impact you guys had. You didn't even know me, and you helped me so much. And she's like, and I love you guys, and I want to thank you. And
Aww.
and every time I tell that story, Sarah cries, and everyone around us cries, and people always say, you have no idea what you did for that woman. And I'm like, yes, I do, because I gave her hope, and I helped her as much as I could.
And Rachel's amazing too, because we didn't just give her the jewelry, but like that day she got on the phone, not knowing anything about North Carolina, started calling social workers, started pulling out like the 2 people she's ever talked to in North Carolina. She's like, they got to know someone. So I mean, she's just amazing. I don't know how she does this, but within an hour she had a name and this guy waiting for Bree's call. So from the social work
Wow.
for Duke
Head
University.
social worker guy.
Talk
Yeah.
about it is UCAN, United Cancer Advocacy Action Network. You did it.
I know.
You just put
It's
it in,
crazy.
you know, and it's sad because what you did, like you said, took 20 minutes, and there are people who are, like you said, just diagnosed with cancer, or they're living with it, or about to be booted out, and they've been working the system for months and months and months with no thing, and boom, you did it.
I know,
So
it's
that's
crazy.
what UCAN does. So
I
it is a nonprofit organization.